Alrighty, we're back on the channel for another week of Tipping the Bill. Round 23, we have 2 more weeks left.
Yes, we do.
2 more weeks of the season.
The tipping competition.
Oh my God.
The tipping competition is on fire.
It's absolutely
now,
on fire.
the top 9 have all landed on 6, but forget the top 9. I'm interested in the top 4.
Oh,
Vancy,
okay.
David J, Mark L, Yusuf S. Vancy and David J are all both sitting on 140, separated by margin, not by many. Mark and Yusuf close behind on 139. Kobe on 138. I think he might be the smoky from 5th. I think the guys on 137, 6 down to 10 or 11th, they're finished. So I'm going to rule them out. I say Kobe's the smoky if he gets a couple right. He's going to have to take risks. But it's really about the top 4, and even better, it's really about the top 2. So who wins from here? Who wins? So, hey, who is winning our tipping competition?
I don't know, I'll be honest with you. Looking at both of them, they're very, very similar. Their average tips per round are the same. They're on the same amount of points. The only thing I see going against one of them is David's margin is a lot higher than Vancy's. So I don't know if that will come back to bite him later on.
Who are you tipping? Give us your tip. Who wins the tipping competition from here?
I'll be honest, David J has been on top for most of the season. I don't know at what point this flipped. Because Vancy, I'm pretty sure, was 3rd at one point.
Top.
It was David, Mark, top 2, and 3. Van. So, I genuinely think David might trouble him at some point and get back on top. And the only thing that'll come in his way after that is his margin. So
fair enough. So
2 more games and 2 more margins, so I'm picking David.
I'm picking Vancy.
Oh, interesting.
Very, very interesting. Massive prizes.
Yes, sir.
And now, really, whoever wins it from here,
you'll get an email from us.
You'll get an email. Reach out to us on socials, but it is heating up and it is getting very, very intense. Moving on to
round 23. Let's get underway.
Off you go.
This is a crazy game to start the weekend, I'll be honest with you.
Hit us.
Optus Stadium. There's no Thursday night game this week.
No Thursday night. Interesting.
Interesting. There's 4 games on Friday and 4 games on Saturday. 4 games or 5 games on Saturday? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 games on Saturday. You know what? I'm not even going to start with this. Friday night, Optus Stadium, Fremantle versus Adelaide Crows, 1st versus 5th. This is going to be a game if Adelaide decide to show up.
Yeah, and it has massive implications for the top 8 and the top 6, really.
For Adelaide.
For Adelaide, For Adelaide, it has.
How do we feel about Adelaide going down to Perth or going across to Perth?
Adelaide weren't very good against the Tigers.
they were shocking.
It took a ranking special for them to get over the line.
They were absolutely shocking. How much did they win by? They didn't win by much as well, from memory. Adelaide won by 9 points.
Yeah, and Richmond.
This is a Richmond team
shot themselves in the foot in that last quarter.
Yeah, Tom Lynch again, Mr. Imposter.
Shout out Taylor Walker, retired.
Yes,
announced his retirement. Wonderful career, 700 goals, 300 plus games.
I think I asked you earlier this year at some point if Taylor Walker was going to play on. You said he was going to retire.
Yeah,
is there something that you know that the rest of us didn't know at that time?
Unfortunately, I didn't. I think Father Time caught up to him. Great footballer.
Yeah.
Probably the best footballer to kick on his right and left foot. The best.
Oh, yeah. He's kicking.
Yeah, I will say the best footballer that can kick on his right and left foot.
He's
he could go 50 meters. He'll kick it 50 meters on his right and left.
There was a game. I don't remember who they were playing, Adelaide. But someone kicked the ball to him on the wing and he marked it and I don't know if a full forward can sprint, but he tried to sprint. And he got to about the 50, and everybody thought he was going to go for a shot on goal. He was going to kick it in front of the guy that was leading in front of him. No, he kicked the body across his chest, almost to the opposite side of the 50 to Charlie Cameron, who was playing for Adelaide at the time, and hit him lace out on the chest. And I could not believe passage of play and thinking to myself, how did he do that?
Yeah, he's a very good footballer.
Very good player on the right and the left. Probably a cult figure at Adelaide for a very long time.
One of the servants. We want to go down. One of the servants of the Adelaide Football Club and one of the great players of the Adelaide Crows. He will be in that conversation.
Had a few controversial moments in his time as well. Had ticks.
He's certainly on field, off field, especially off field.
Yeah.
He had the stuff with Kane Corns. He obviously had the other off field drama, but he's an absolute star.
Yeah, 700 goals. Adelaide's all-time leading goal kicker.
Yes. But he will be spoken about in the conversations alongside players like Modra.
Yeah,
Rashudo, McLeod.
Yeah.
And I'd probably say, look, maybe he's on that level, if maybe just maybe on that level or potentially a rung below. But absolute star, captained the club at one stage as well from memory. So
about 5 years there.
Yeah. Happy retirement, Tex.
Yeah, and hopefully your little boy continues enjoying Collingwood.
Anyways,
Friday night, Fremantle and Adelaide. What are we thinking? I
think the Freo Dockers will get the job done.
They'll bounce back.
Yeah, they'll bounce back. I think they didn't lose any respect by losing to Melbourne, so I was no issues there.
I said this during the weekend, last weekend when they lost to Melbourne, but I'm gonna say this again. I'm using nicer words than I have in the past about Freo's forward line. Okay, Patrick Voss, Jai Amos, and Josh Tracy kicked a combined, I think it was 11 goals between them against Melbourne. That is not a forward line, Nabil.
No,
that is not a forward line. That is a hired to kill mercenary group that defenders have to come up against on a weekly basis. There is no way known it is fair that teams and defenders, poor defenders, and look, they probably have one of the most important jobs in their footy team, but they have to come up against these three-headed monster.
It's a tough job.
And I have not seen a more lethal group of key forwards in the game.
So good to watch.
Where there's almost 11 goals.
They are so good to watch.
11 goals between them.
So good to watch.
I mean, do you even need another three players in the forward line?
They've got the luxury of Murphy Reid hitting them lace out.
So yeah.
High kill mercenary group is.
I just wanted to
a
make
depth
that
statement. It's fantastic.
Shit, bro.
All for it.
Tell me when they haven't done that to somebody this year.
All for it.
But yeah, I agree with you. I think Freo should bounce back from their not so bad game, but more of a upset against Melbourne last week.
Spot on.
Should probably take the chocolates home. I don't even think it makes a difference for them at this point. They're cemented. I mean, realistically, they're cemented top spot on the line.
They have, yeah.
Like they could play their VFL side.
They might rest a couple of players quietly.
Their waffle side for the next 2 weeks, and it won't make a difference. But Adelaide need to win this game, and if there any chance of staying in that top 6 or even making a top 4 spot.
There's more on the line for the Crows, but I just think Freo are so good at the moment.
Yeah.
And they don't want to lose too many games, just from a form perspective. So
yep, I agree. So yeah, we got Freo for this game. Saturday, the first of 5 games. Goodness.
Yes.
Me.
MCG. We've got the Tigers and the Saints. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go early, and I'm gonna pick the Tigers.
Shit.
I think season's finished for both teams, but I think the Tigers last week showed that they've got a little bit of fight left in them.
Yes,
the Saints' seasons is over. Naz and Mason Wood. Oh, it's not completely over. There's still a chance.
Brother, the chances of them making the top 10 from here, they're sitting 2 games outside the
There's
top
still
10.
a chance.
Are you telling me Carlton are dropping 2 games?
I'm saying, well, we don't have an easy run home. We've got the Dogs and Freo.
Well,
and if we lose to the Dogs, then it's like, oh, you never know.
This is not the energy.
but
I think realistically, the 10 is not going to change.
But I think there's still a heartbeat.
I don't think there's a heartbeat, bro. That shit then buried. St Kilda aren't making the 10. Let's be honest with ourselves.
I am going to tip Richmond here.
Okay.
I am going to tip Richmond. No Naz, no Mason Wood. You got injury concerns to Silvani in terms of Honing and Brad Hill.
Yeah, and
Liam Ryan. So injury carnage all around in St Kilda. I think Richmond showed enough fight last week. And I think what we're seeing with Richmond is their players that were injured later in the season, they're starting to just sort of get a couple of games in.
Yeah.
So they're sort of almost like got these kids that are a little bit fresh back from injury.
The emergency room they had filled is kind of clearing out now. Yeah, you're right.
We're starting to see a little bit more from Richmond at the G. I'm tipping them. Hopefully they'll finish their season off well.
Hey, shit, you tipped North Melbourne last week and they won, so fair point. As much as it doesn't make a difference at this point, I still think St Kilda will win this game.
Fair enough.
But like I said to a couple of other teams in the last couple of weeks, I'm going to say to St Kilda, don't worry about any of these games that are coming up after this. Go start your pre-season because your season's done.
So you're saying players like Silvani...
There's no point in them playing.
De Koning,
in my opinion.
Liam Ryan, send them out, get them...
Especially if they're actually hurt.
Yeah.
There's no point in them playing anymore because your season's done. Hell, you might as well grant a kid a game or 2.
Find out a little bit about him.
Yeah. But I think St Kilda will still win this game. So, Yeah, that's the first game. The second game, North versus Geelong at Marvel Stadium. Goodness gracious me. I think I'm not leaving the couch on Saturday.
Yeah, it's a good game.
I'm going straight from the couch to the MCG after that. Too.
Yeah, fair enough.
North versus Geelong at 3. I've never seen a 3:45 game.
At Marvel Stadium.
As well, at Marvel Stadium. Interesting. Yeah, I think Geelong will get over the line. I'm not even going to... I mean, I think North
North are a chance. North are a chance.
Are you going to tip them?
No. Not brave enough.
Not brave enough to tip them against Geelong?
No.
Yeah, and I think, listen, realistically, if Geelong want to make it back into the top 6, they have to win this game.
Yeah.
And realistically, when we saw Geelong's run home a week or two ago now, we said, a piece of cake, they'll walk through everybody they play. They belted Essendon on the weekend.
North won't make it easy, though. North
I know,
won't
I
make
agree.
It easy.
I agree.
They showed us that they can beat the Dogs last week, so they won't make it easy.
Yeah, and North have been pretty much competitive in most of their games this year. Par maybe 2 or 3
Fremantle
of them.
and
Adelaide were the
come
only
to
two that
mind.
got belted in. So, yeah, I agree. North will make it a very interesting game for Geelong, but I think Geelong will get over the line.
Geelong get the chocolates.
Yeah, and probably help cement potentially a top 6 spot for themselves.
Yeah, and I
They
think
don't
it'll
wanna
be
play in a
good.
wild card.
Yeah, I mean, I think Geelong are vulnerable in a wild card round.
You think so?
I think so. Especially if they come up against Carlton. I think Geelong are actually will be a little bit worried.
Yeah, you know what? I won't fight you on that
Even if
one.
they come up against Collingwood, I think they'll be a bit worried.
I'd be worried if I was Collingwood. If I came up
Okay.
against Geelong. Listen,
So-
the way you feel about beating Geelong is the way
So
they
you
feel about
yeah.
beating Collingwood. So, no, Carlton happily take Geelong in the first wild card round and do us, yourselves, and everybody else a favour.
But
The second game...
Geelong will, regardless of where Geelong finish, if they get past wild card, they can
They
cause
might be a
problems.
threat.
Yeah.
I agree. The third game of Saturday, this is unbelievable.
The Q Clash. Welcome back, the Q Clash, the great rivalry of the state of Queensland.
Do you think it's a rivalry?
The greatest rivalry in the state of Queensland.
Do you think it's a rivalry? You honestly believe what you're saying. Do you think this game is a rivalry?
At the Gabba. No. I think it's a good rivalry. The club,
It's good rivalry.
Zorko and Miller don't like each other. There's a rivalry.
There's a lot of
in
players
there.
that don't like Dane Zorko, I'll be honest with you.
Oh, they got a bit of they have
very
genuine
likeable
beef. Miller and Zorko have genuine beef.
Yeah, but you know what the beef is like? It's like older brother, younger brother. You know the older brother's going to whoop the younger brother's ass, but they just calling it beef.
The Suns will put up a fight. The Suns are going to put up a big fight.
Brother, do you see the odds?
Yeah, I see the odds.
$1.17 to $5.
I think the Suns will put up a big fight. Matt Rao is in form. The Suns are playing good footy.
The Suns are shit. The Suns are not putting up a damn thing.
The Suns are putting up a fight.
The Suns
They
are not
putting
doing a
up
damn
a fight.
thing.
They put
The
up a
Suns
fight
are
last
rubbish.
week. They fought hard 2 weeks in a row. They got plenty of pride left. They're going to put up a fight.
You know when their pride went out the window?
When
their coach said this season's effectively done. That's when their pride went out the window. I don't think the Gold Coast are going to do shit.
No,
with this
I think
game.
Gold Coast will put up. It won't be easy. It'll be under 15 points.
Hey, who are you tipping?
Brisbane. I think it'll be within
I'm
2
tipping
goals.
Brisbane
Within
too.
2 goals.
I don't think. Nah.
What's your margin?
It'll be over 5 goals.
I'm going to say it's going to be under 3
Brisbane
goals.
need to actually play.
I'll say it's going to be. I'm going to go 1 to 15.
Okay, and over 30 points.
Over 30 points. You want to go lunch?
I am not fighting you. It's a win-win.
I'm very confident with this one.
Yeah,
I think far less to work with, but bet's a bet.
Yeah, I think Brisbane should get over the line comfortably. The reason why I say this also is Brisbane, by percentage, are in the top 4. Adelaide and Melbourne, which realistically we think Adelaide's going to lose. But besides the point, Adelaide and Melbourne are behind them on percentage. Adelaide's only 0.2% behind them. Now, that might change, obviously, if they lose to Freo. But Melbourne are on the same points as them. Melbourne are playing Port Adelaide.
Port Adelaide, yes.
So, if Brisbane, I mean, they'll win, let's be honest. But
I agree.
Somehow they don't win. But then the week after, they're playing Collingwood at the MCG, Brisbane. So, they realistically need a win, and they need to win comfortably to cement themselves in the top 4. That's all I'm trying to say. So, I think Brisbane will win by more than 30 points. The first of 2 games on Saturday night, MCG Collingwood versus...
I want more energy. Give me more energy. What is this? There we go.
Versus Hawthorn
There
at
we
the
go.
MCG.
This is a blockbuster.
This is a blockbuster. The one I'm not very confident about, I'll be honest with you.
Really?
Our record against Hawthorn is disgusting, I'll be honest with you.
Give us some insight.
I don't know what the head-to-head is for the last 10, but I can tell you off the top of my head, we've probably beaten Hawthorn 4 or 5 times in the last 10 years. And especially the last maybe 5 years, we've probably paid them twice every year. And we'd either have won one, lost one, or we've lost 2 to Hawthorn. So our record is not that great. Last year, we belted them early in the year, then they belted us. 24 was the same. We won narrowly early in the year, then we got belted. 23. So it's... The last couple of years maybe haven't been bad, but overall prior to that...
Where do you think this game is won and lost for both teams?
In the middle. In the middle, I'll be honest with you. Because Hawthorn, they are not a very high clearance side, but they do that a lot better than Collingwood do. And Collingwood, I'll be honest, without Nick Dacos, cannot do shit in the middle, more or less. Now, maybe this year it's been a little bit better in the back half of this year, not even this year. Has been a little bit better with Ed Allen running through there. John DeGoey's form being great. Every now and then throwing Pendlebury and side bottom through there. Josh Dacos has been playing midfield the last couple of weeks.
He has.
So I think Craig McRae has finally heard the Collingwood fans and everybody else yelling at him about putting Dacos in the middle. So that along with, and I think genuinely with the amount of injuries we've had over the last week or so, like realistically, we might get Pendlebury and DeGoey back.
Yes.
No Lipinski, no Perryman, no Maynard, no, or Moore and Elliott have been out for a minute.
Hawthorn's forward line could wreak havoc.
Gunston, Chol, and Lewis and Watson.
They can cause havoc.
And they're coming up against Puncher, who's played 6 games. Noah Howes, who, if he stays in the team, has played 1 game. Billy Frampton, who's carrying the load of that defense by himself.
Shout out Billy Frampton, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I
hope
agree.
he gets a big bonus at the end of the year.
Craig McRae, he signed a new contract earlier this year, but Craig McRae came out and said the other day that he would love to see Billy Frampton as an All-Australian squad member.
Oh, it's a good conversation.
I said, you know what? He's probably
second half of the year has been as good as anyone's.
And he's probably been one of the better one-on-one key defenders
100%.
in the game. I can name maybe 2 or 3 outside of him. So that's for me, that's where it is when it comes to this. If Collingwood's defense can hold up, because on the last weekend...
Held up.
It held up, but West Coast also kicked almost 100 points.
Yeah.
So with no Howe especially there, more than any of the rest of the players, I think, without Howe there and with the inexperience that we have, Hawthorn's forward line might run amok.
So who are you tipping?
Hawthorn.
I'm going to tip Hawthorn as well. I think I've left the analysis to you. I don't have anything more to add. So.
Honestly, I think Collingwood are a better chance of winning against Brisbane than against Hawthorn.
Ooh, okay.
I'll say that. In the last game of Saturday...
We go to the Adelaide Oval, the wonderful state of South Australia.
It's not a wonderful state. Do not lie to people.
I love South Australia.
Do not lie to people, Nabil.
They have the Adelaide Oval.
The Adelaide Oval's nice. I don't know about the state of South Australia.
State of South Australia. I love the state of South Australia.
Okay, we're clearly not on the same page on that.
No, we're not, unfortunately. We've got the gather round scarf.
Yes, we do.
South Australia, yes, Adelaide Oval, Port Adelaide, and Melbourne.
Yes.
Are we giving the Power any chance, or do you reckon Melbourne are going to run over them?
I mean, Sydney did unspeakable things to them last week.
They did.
I'll be honest with you. Almost a 100-point win for Sydney. But yeah, I will give them a bit of a chance, not to win the game, to play without getting belted against Melbourne. But if you're asking me who's going to win this game, I'll tell you Melbourne right now. I don't think Port stand a chance of winning. Port may, big fat maybe, play a bit and give Melbourne a bit of a contest. But I think more or less Melbourne will get over.
Is this Port Adelaide's last home game for the season?
I believe so. Who are they playing last round and where?
Yes, it is. They're playing Essendon at Marvel.
Yeah, so this is Melbourne, Port's last home game.
Do you reckon they'll chair off Butters?
What the fuck? What for?
If he's leaving? Or not chair him off, but send him a... I don't know. He'll do some sort
when
of...
do you...
Maybe not chair him off. Maybe
Since when do you celebrate a player leaving the club?
I'll cop that. Maybe like a...
Bring some eggs and throw them at him.
Maybe some sort of farewell.
Absolutely not.
No?
Absolutely.
Okay,
did you guys farewell Charlie Kerner when he left last year?
This is different.
Did you...
He was not a heart and soul player.
Charlie Curtis was your star forward, and Zach Butters is a star player for couple. Absolutely not. Poor Adelaide fans, just wave goodbye to him from where you're sitting.
Fair enough.
No, I think Melbourne's going to win this game.
Melbourne's going to win. Yeah, I don't think Port can beat Melbourne. The D's are flying at the moment. They're playing really, really good footy, and Melbourne need to win. Keep this form up.
I will say this. I don't know what Melbourne's record at Adelaide Oval is like, but we saw what happened to them earlier this year.
Yes, against Essendon.
So... If there's some game that Melbourne are liable to trip on, it might be this one.
I think they'll win this game. They are flying as a football club, the Melbourne Demons.
Absolutely. Sunday.
Yes, we've got the Giants and the Eagles at NG Stadium.
I don't like this game one bit.
Why?
Because I have a feeling West Coast might win it. The Giants were very, very disappointing last week.
They were robbed.
In a game.
There was like 15 holding the balls. The umpires didn't call.
Yeah, but I also realized that there was 20 other things the umpires didn't call for both teams. The game, the umpires were shit.
Ever been.
Yeah, Andrew Dillon kissed my ass, bro. He's the best. That's not even the part that pissed me off. As a matter of fact, this is the second week in a row where Gold Coast have been involved in some bullshit related to umpiring. Because the week before that, it was all this footage come out
bro.
A week or so ago now. Yeah, Mac Andrew, there was a free kick called against him. For anybody that hasn't seen this footage,
I love the comments. Though.
There was a free kick called up against him, and the umpire's like, you pushed him out of the way. And Mac Andrew went up to umpire, and he's like, bro, he pushed me out of the way.
50 meters.
And the umpire's like, umpire just said 50 meters. He's like, don't come at me like that. I said, what the hell did he do? He just said, he approached you like any normal.
I didn't like that. I saw there was like so many incidents where Max Gawn was having a crack at the umpires.
Fairly.
Matt Rao had a crack at the umpires.
Fair.
Man, Mac did it at his 50 meters.
Fair.
The umpire got that one wrong.
And the comments on social media.
Yeah, go to the comments.
They had a field day, 7 AFL post. And I think it was the agenda setter panels that brought it up. Tom Mitchell, Kane Corns, Nick Rewalt, maybe.
But in saying that, Mac Andrew gives away a lot of stupid 50-meter penalties.
And I agree, which is why I was annoyed when they paid that 50 against him, because I'm like, this guy more or less does
some dumb shit.
But this time he actually didn't do anything wrong. You know, that's the part where I was annoyed. I'm like, when he normally does something like, it's the Mac Andrew situation. But
he's guaranteed to give away 1 or 2 50s a week.
That's the worst part. That's the worst part about it. But yeah, the Giants were very disappointing last. With their season on the line as well.
Yeah.
Because I watched, I'd say almost the last 2 quarters, so the second half, and it just looked like the Giants were going through the motions almost.
Yeah, it felt like that.
They weren't trying to win this game that they had.
It felt like that.
Let's just, cruise control.
Yeah.
Like, there's no urgency.
None.
But you know what? I know this is going to sound ridiculous, but I'm going to tip West Coast for this game.
Giants at home. I'm tipping the Giants. Not tipping the Eagles.
The Eagles played very well last week against Collingwood, and I'm not going to put that past them.
They've had a good month, the Eagles. They haven't won many games and whatnot, but they've looked okay.
But like we said about North Melbourne during the episode this week, they've played a lot better and they've achieved a lot more than what we thought they would have.
Yeah, they've improved a fair bit. They haven't been belted in as many games.
Yeah, exactly. So I think, West Coast is my tip for this game.
Good shout.
And then the second game of Sunday, which is 3:15 Sunday. Talk to me. Marvel Stadium. Yes, at Marvel Stadium.
Marvel Stadium.
You've been singing Marvel Stadium for 3 weeks now.
4 games in a row or something like. We haven't lost at Marvel this year, have we? Or
no,
under Fraser.
I just saw that.
Under Fraser, we haven't lost at
Carlton at Marvel Stadium under Josh Fraser. 4 wins, 0 losses. A percentage of 152.
Sign this man already.
An average margin of 38.5.
Insane.
That is crazy.
Insane.
And this is what? We have 2 more games left at Marvel for
2 more to go. We play.
Talk to me. The Doggies on Sunday afternoon.
We play well against the Doggies. And when we play the Doggies, ironically, after Michael Voss got sacked, this was the first game under the Fraser regime.
Yeah.
I said we're going to beat the Doggies because we play well against the Doggies.
Okay. So this wasn't a new coach luck.
This wasn't new coach luck. I knew we were going to beat the Doggies. Fair. Even if we had Michael Voss, we would have beaten the Doggies.
Yep.
That says something. But
that's a very big hypothetical.
The way Carlton beat the Dogs.
Can we go back to that? That was a very big hypothetical.
No, because our record against the Dogs for several years has been really, really good. Even when we've been in the mud, we tend to perform well against the Dogs. Similar to Carlton's thing about beating Geelong.
Yeah.
We just seem to show up against the
fair
Bulldogs.
enough,
So this is a game I'm very confident about.
Yeah.
Knowing us, though, the expectation, in saying that we didn't do it last week, but against the Dogs, we'll show up. They're messing. They don't have a back line. We've got Brody Kemp at the moment who's playing really well. I can't believe I'm using Brody Kemp as an example. But yeah, Kemp, McGovern, our forward line is clipping. Our mid-forward connection, which has been shocking for years, it's starting to click.
That St Kilda game showed us a lot of that.
There was a lot of like just sort of hitting up players and lowering the eyes and just making good decisions with the ball. And more importantly, the Dogs have got English out with injury. No Darcy, obviously. And they've got a few players under an injury cloud as well.
I mean, if Mark Pittner decides to turn up as Dean Cox again.
Legacy game, Mark Pittner.
I don't know. But I mentioned one thing, Nick, you were at that St Kilda Carlton game last weekend. And that was the fact that I noticed one thing about Carlton's ball movement. And
tell us what you noticed.
Their forward line, that forward midfield connection you talked about. A lot of the time, and this was more so when Kerno was still at Carlton, but even after that for a little bit, especially the first half of this season, Carlton forwards were not leading at the midfield or at the guys carrying the ball to hit them up. A lot of the time, they were running backwards and turning around and asking for the ball to be sent or standing in a sanitary position asking for the ball to be put on top of their heads. And a lot of time, that would force the Carlton midfielders to bomb the ball long or put it up and high, which is a field day for defenders, especially if you have tall defenders. But on the weekend, and even against Brisbane, I noticed this, and I'd say for the back half of this year, Carlton forwards have started leading out from the back half, deep inside the 50, and actually getting hit up on leads.
Yeah.
Kemp got hit up on, especially the last 2 weeks, and maybe it's because we've been to both of these games. I've paid more attention to it. But Kemp, Harry Mackay, even McGovern against St Kilda. Will Haywood, Ainsworth. Like, there's been a plethora of your forwards that have been presenting very well to the point where the midfielders cannot mess up getting that ball to them because they're presenting that well. So I think that's a massive issue for the Doggies to deal with.
It's gonna be hard,
especially with their defense. So who's your tip going to be?
The Blues.
There was no question about that.
No question. Yeah. Lock it in. And as I said on the episode, it's going to be a Carlton Collingwood
wild card. And the Bills called it out 3 weeks ahead of time. My tip for the second week in a row, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, is Carlton. I think they should beat the Doggies. Part of the reason why I'm also tipping Carlton this week is because A, I do want to meet Carlton in the final, so we can belt your ass. B, is I think you're actually going to lose to Freo in the last round, so you have to win this game. Yeah. And the third reason is you've been having a great time watching Carlton win the last couple of weeks. I want that to continue because the more Carlton win, the better time we have on this podcast. So, Carlton, do your damn job this week and win.
You're saying I'm moody when Carlton lose.
I didn't say all that, but if you're hearing what I'm saying, I'm saying
I'll take the feedback.
Hey, listen, I can relate. When Collingwood are losing, life is not good. I'll be honest with you. So I ain't gonna fight you.
You're calling me Ross Lyon, a grumpy man.
I didn't say you're grumpy. I just said the energy's down, but so is mine. So it's fair. The last game of round 23 is Sydney versus Essendon versus Sydney at the MCG.
The only shocking thing about this is the fact that Sydney are $1.02 and not $1.01.
I mean, I don't think there's ever a 99-cent odd, but
no, $1.01. They're $1.02. They could be even lower, $1.01.
So the sportsmen think Geelong is a better team than Sydney. That's crazy business.
Paying over.
I don't have anything to say about this game.
Sydney by how much?
Good man. You know what? Good man.
Let's do that.
2nd versus 18th. Oh my God! Essendon fans, don't show up this game, please. Do yourselves a favour, don't show up this game. There's no point.
You reckon?
There's absolutely no
they
point.
beat one Sydney team. They beat one team in New South Wales. Can they beat another team in New South Wales?
No. Do not disrespect Sydney by comparing them to the Giants. The Giants preseason has started. Okay?
It was on a Sunday as well.
The Giants preseason has started. Okay?
It was on a similar time slot on a Sunday.
I agree, but the Giants and Sydney are not the same team, respectfully. How much are Sydney going? If the way they belted Port was anything to go by, I would say close to 90 points.
I'm going to say 70 plus. So we're on the same page.
Yeah. You're going to get plenty. How many is Kerno going to kick?
6.
6?
In an alternative universe.
Yeah. What alternative? What alternative universe?
In an alternative universe, Essendon are playing Sydney. Mark McVeigh is clearly in the running for the Essendon job. Essendon made it clear they won't announce the Essendon coaching job until after this round. In an alternative universe, Essendon have beaten another New South Wales team. It's clearly going to be Dean Solomon's last game he's going to be coaching. They're going to show up for Dean Solomon once in their life. It's at home.
They did.
It's at Marvel
against
Stadium.
GWS.
I might do it against another New South Wales team. Sydney might rest a couple of their stars. Sydney might just take it too easy. And I don't know. Essendon
I will say Sydney have been liable to trip this year.
They're going to trip this week. Like,
Against Essendon.
Come on.
Against Essendon.
Let's
Out
give
of
the
all
Bombers fans
teams,
something.
Against Essendon, you think they would...
You never know.
You know what, Sydney? If you want to try this, I think it's a great idea. Give me and the Bill Sydney jerseys. We'll run out onto that field and we'll play for Sydney, and you guys will still beat Essendon. That's how confident I am of Sydney beating Essendon.
I don't know. Well, maybe it's past my bedtime. But hey, in an alternative universe, maybe Essendon can beat Sydney. Not the one we're living in.
Yeah, I don't know where.
But you never know.
Universe is going to be. But that does it for round 23.
It does. Round 23. Yeah, one more round to go after this week. One more tipping segment of the home and away season.
Hey, I'm getting withdrawals.
Yeah, it's going to be hard, man.
It's only a month and a half away from, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks away from ending.
Well, it's going to be rough.
The end of September is not going to be fun.
Not at all. October will be fun for different reasons.
Yeah, for different reasons, but yeah, October. I forgot.
On that note,
I just realized what you're talking about.
On that note,
we'll wrap it up.
Ciao.
Take care.